always had a hard time with the details. But today I had an epiphany. I see the outcome. I don't see how to get things to work. All the inner workings, or perhaps it's just that I couldn't do it completely all by myself, and I think that's something with the hypervigilance, like the hyperindependence, and just that was my betrayal wound. I had to understand that I can't always do everything myself, nor can I do it like everybody else. It's just not gonna work for me. That's why I can't follow instructions. I do things very differently than most. But I also had a problem asking for help, so I would go without. So my epiphany was speaking up, but also asking for help when I needed, because I'm one person, and one person can't do everything. There's a lot of things in my head ran through tonight. I went to Lotus Butte alone. I drove to Charlotte by myself. Went to the show by myself. No expectations. Just me going, doing something I wanted to do. I was not about to miss out on one of my favorite bands, No. Especially since I was a kid. Oh, I feel like a weight's being lifted off of me right now. I know that sounds crazy, but I can feel it. I went, and I came home. I was so brave, and I was free, and I could do what I wanted to do. And I wasn't gonna let myself hold myself back. So I woke up and I just went. And I had a great time by myself. I talked to strangers, I danced. I had a lot of realizations. At one point, they were performing, and there was a girl. She was pretty drunk, and I was up front to the right. Her man, they were playing around, dancing. It was cute, but they kept on running into me. And the thing was, they were kind of thrashing around, and at one point, the music stops, and what was said had me realize that if I didn't speak up, I would have ruined my own time. And yes, I could have blamed the girl, but I'm in charge of myself and my own experience. So I took my pendulum and I asked my pendulum, I was like, fuck, okay, I feel like this is a test. Because I was having a great time and I was fully immersed, and whenever I was still quiet, I talked to the girl. I was like, hey, you guys are really cute, but you guys are running into me, and I would appreciate it if you guys didn't. I want you to have a good time, but I'm over here so people don't touch me, And she understood, and we talked, and she was very nice. We hugged, and I was able to fully immerse myself back into the experience. And if I wouldn't have talked to her, I could have potentially ruined my own time. And that's something I had to learn the hard way sometimes, right? A few months ago, I went to go see Turnover, Peripheral Vision, and I went with my friend who's significantly taller. stood in the crowd and she wanted to stand up close. And I couldn't see most of the time. But I could have said something, or I could have moved. I did towards the end. Because I wasn't about to ruin my own experience, but I didn't have to do that and miss some of the bands I wanted to see. Well, I did hear them, but significantly shorter, and it would have made no difference. Same friend, we go to Mannequin Pussy, and she wanted to stand in a certain place, and I just decided to go stand on my own so I could see. It's no hard feelings or anything. It's just sometimes we want something different, and we're in charge of our own situations, and it's kind of like you have to be willing to sometimes stand alone so you can actually see the show you went to see. And sometimes you have to speak up because some people are not aware of how they are impacting others. And it might not be intentional, but it's what you do with it. Will you let yourself not have a good time when you drove that far alone for a band you wanted to see since you were 14? Fuck no. Fuck no. And it wasn't that difficult, and she understood. And then when I went to the rest area tonight, it took nothing to just ask. And they understood. And I guess this is where everything comes full circle in my own experience, right? Like, there's no nobility in self-sacrifice because it only hurts yourself. You have to love yourself enough and accept everything else, right? Everything else outside of yourself. Yeah, fuck that. I lived a lot of my life unhappy, and I could have avoided a lot of it. In this new chapter in my life, I will not allow myself to go without for no reason when it took nothing to just ask. It took nothing to just speak up and to be seen as a human being with needs, because needs and wants are not weak. It's not weak. That was loud in my ears, at least, but it's been a good day. I feel very happy, and even whenever I was dancing, it's like I dance differently to the beat than most people probably do, but it's because it's what I feel, and that's true to me. And I don't care what anyone else thinks about it. Great if they enjoy it, but if they don't, I don't give a fuck. Because if I'm free, I'm being me, my mask is off, finally. And I want to be seen for me, for Ren, and yeah.